Attention to summer fragrance lover, perfume class is in session. So in today's topic, I will be covering 8 summer fragrances in my collection. I hope this video can be a tiny guide for you which summer fragrance is for you. Start with one of their cult favorite option. This one is Triple T. I was once convinced that this perfume was made for me. It comes with a very beautiful marble cap and it is by far my favorite scent from Summer. So the nose behind this perfume is Jerome Epinette, and he's the famous perfumer behind so many amazing brands such as Byredo, Wilhelm. So Triple T to me smells like we're sipping a glass of tea with 3 different facets. It opens up quite aromatic from the lemongrass and there's a hint of jasmine note as well. What I mostly get is a heavy dose of brown sugar. So this is the type of tea that smells very sweet yet cozy, like you're drinking a cup of brown sugar milk tea, but the aromatic tea note is amplified. Personally love this scent. Moving on to another favorite, this is Osmanthus. If you want to smell like this, you're going to love Osmanthus from Summer. Osmanthus to me opens up with a very fresh bitter orange and peach, and then it was followed by a fresh and sweet take on Osmanthus that basically creates this sweet, dainty floral that feels very calming. In my previous review, I noticed that this perfume reminds me of Memo Paris Inle. The more I wore Summer Osmanthus, I feel like the only difference between this and Inle is that Osmanthus from Summer leans more fresh and citrusy, whereas Memo Paris Inle leans more floral and sweet from the Osmanthus. Next, this is Rambler Rose. If you want to smell like a very bright green crisp rose fragrance, then I think this perfume is made for you. It has a dominant notes of green tea leaves that smells very fresh and slightly green. There's also a hint of bergamot in the opening. Overall, this is a very fresh and crisp take on rose and peony. I think Summer Rambler Rose will be perfect for someone who's looking for a fresh feminine scent for daily wear. It's super easy to love. It is not a rose scent that feels too mature. It smells bright and somehow it smells happy. Up next, this is Summer 475. So this perfume is a collaboration between Summer and Vive, where they are recreating this memory and bringing back the spirit of independence and freedom that marked the beginning of modern woman of the golden age, which is the year 1930 in China. So to me, this perfume is perfect for someone who's looking for a jasmine perfume but with a dark twist. I would say this does not smell anything too classic or too mature, but overall I think this is a jasmine, woody and amber driven fragrance that feels mysterious, like a woman that looks so poised and classy. Now let's move on to Summer Nude. To me, Nude from Summer smells like a fresh, clean cotton that kind of reminds me of the smell of a baby. It's warm, clean, slightly creamy. This perfume definitely sits in the same realm with Byredo Blanche, but to me, Nude is not as soapy and more creamy, and somehow overall more comforting. I don't know if you have this in your country, but it kinda also reminds me of a Johnson & Johnson baby oil, which kinda explains why this perfume reminds me of the smell of a baby. Up next, this is Summer Void, which was created because the brand wants to present the purest scent of tea. I would say it does smells very herbal and aromatic, and it almost smells bitter. Void from Summer is one of the most realistic tea perfume in my collection. It smells like I'm currently brewing my Chinese tea, which is the main reason why I think this perfume is not the tea scent for everyone because it's too realistic and too herbal. But as a tea perfume lover, I think this is very nice. Up next, this is Summer 111 Isolated Islands. So Isolated Island to me is a rose tea scent that opens up quite fruity from the raspberry. But overall, I think mainly it is a woody perfume that's warm but with a strong presence of rose and tea. I also noticed that this kinda reminds me of one of my favorite perfume from Le Labo, Tenoir 29, but also reminds me of Byredo Rose of No Man's Land. Hence, I think this can be a love child between Le Labo Tenoir and Byredo Rose of No Man's Land. Now, moving on to the last scent, this is Two Summer Cedarwood. Cedarwood is a fresh green woody scent. It opens up quite fresh from the juniper berries and bergamot. Then the green woody notes immediately appear coming from the cypress and pine. But overall, cedarwood from Two Summer reminds me of those high-class hotel lobbies where it's woody, it's comforting, ever slightly sweet. So that ends my review. Let me know which Two Summer fragrance sounds the most interesting to you. Bye!